Hey, YTPC, Doug, Michigan E-Piper. And today I've got my call out for the 6 questions has been going around the YTPC, and I finally got snagged by Mick from Aussie E-Piper. So Mick, thanks for the shout out and the added work. But for housekeeping today, got something new. That is, as many of you already know, a Dr. Graybow. No big deal, right? However, this is a Dr. Graybow I picked up last weekend at a antique shop, and it was pretty rough. A lot of carbon cake in the bowl, and a lot of oxidation on the stem. And so it was $8. So I'm like, hey, why not? I picked it up, brought it home. First thing I did, like I usually do on a lot of my pipe questions, I called Pete from Pete's Pipe Craft. I'm like, hey, Pete. And he taught me how to clean it up. And one of the things I'd forgotten I had on the shelf was pipe shiny, and it's probably gonna be backwards. It says pipe shiny, you have to trust me. Out of Tasmania, Australia. It is a kind of a wax, basically, type stuff that activates off the heat of your fingers. And you can really get, once you get the original, or the big cleaning out of the way for your pipe, getting all that carbon cake out of there and soaking it overnight, then you take this pipe shiny once you've cleaned up, and it just makes the grain pop. It's good stuff. So if you're interested in that, Pete has it over at Pete's Pipe Craft. So having said that, I probably should get to my questions, my 6 questions. After we do a relight here. By the way, this smokes incredibly well. And just a thought of how many guys, this is, I should tell you, this isn't a recent Dr. Graybow because it's got the yellow spade on it. I guess that means it was made between 1955 and 1980, which actually is pretty cool when you think about it, that, you know, could be for up to 60 years that some dude's been, or several guys have been token away on this, solving all the world's problems in their minds, you know. And it's a working man's pipe. You know, it's not a high dollar pipe, but at the same time, it's just, to me, that's really cool. So, so back to the questions. First question is, one blend so horrible that you would never try it again? Oh, by the way, speaking of blends, this is Vanilla Cavendish from Cornell and Deal. So one blend that I would never try again, and I'm probably going to make a lot of guys pull their hair out right now, but that blend for me is Plumb Pudding. Okay, a lot of guys should be done groaning by now. The reason is because I love the taste of, when I tried it. Now keep in mind, I'm a fairly new smoker, pipe smoker that is, but when I tried it for the first time, I love the initial taste up front. But something about what I get in my sinus on the retrohale, I don't know how to describe it other than eating a cinnamon bun, and then all of a sudden as you breathe out your nose, it turns into a 3-week-old sour egg. I mean, it's just, and that's not the taste comparisons, but that's kind of the comparison if I could. It's just something weird about the sinus part about that. And maybe it's that I'm not I haven't gotten something down in my smoking journey yet, but that's it. So rest assured, I know there's a lot of guys out there like Plumb Pudding, so if I get any more, maybe coming your way. So 2 blends that I'd be satisfied with on a desert island. First one would be this, Vanilla Cavendish from Cornell and Deal. Nothing spectacular, but for me, it's something that could be a staple. Along with my other choice, which is Boswell's Bear Blend. Speaking of Pete, from Pete's Pipe Craft, he sent me a sample of that and got me hooked on that. Really good stuff. And it's just one of those ones that you can smoke all day. So 3 blends that I have never had or cannot get. Well, that's easy for me because if you throw out the cannot get, because everybody says Frog Morton's, right? They never had. There's a crap ton out there I haven't had. So I would say, to make it easy, the Middle Earth series by Country Squire, minus Old Toby. I have had Old Toby. I absolutely loved it. It's phenomenal. And I'd like to be able to try the rest of them. I just haven't gotten them. So I've never had those. So I believe there's 4 altogether. So that would be 3, but not sure about that. 4 pipe smokers I'd want to share a bowl with. First one, well, 2, 3. Mick from Aussie E-Piper, just because Mick and I have known each other through this whole journey I've been taking. Nathan from Let My Cameron Go, really good guy, and just, like he was saying in his video, can't wait until the Columbus show. We can maybe sit down at the pipe show and have a bowl or 2. And then Scott from the 16th Day, just everybody likes Scott, man. He's just a down-to-earth guy, and what you see is what you get. So, and then the other one, who is no longer living, is C.S. Lewis. Just to be able to have the opportunity to sit down with him, and I don't even know if I would ask him a bunch of questions or just listen to the man talk, or just be appreciative that I was sitting there, probably all 3. And then 5 channel recommendations. So the first one, Smoking Cardboard. Guys, I don't watch videos all the time. I try to speed through some sometimes, and Scott from 16th Day burnt me on that one. I missed his gall. I don't have a whole lot of people that I subscribe to, but I do like Smoking Cardboard. He just kind of got that. There's something about his videos that crack me up, or just are interesting. Mythical History. He's a new one, a newer one. You've heard me talk about him in my other videos, and just a kind of a cool cat, So, and then there's a new one that I just found. So forgive me if you guys know about this guy, because he's thousands upon thousands of subscribers. I'm not sure. I think it's like 4,000. And I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it's Malcolm. I think it's Groot or Grite, Gruite. He really reminds me of that uncle we all either have or wish we had. That's just, doesn't matter what he's talking about, he's excited about it. And hey, come on in, let's sit down, let's talk, And I watched it the first time, and I really wasn't, I was kind of like, But then the more I watched it, the more I'm like, man, I could just shut everything down and listen to this guy for the rest of the day. And then the last one is not pipe related, but it's a C.S. Lewis Institute. A lot of just really good information on there, and of course I'm a C.S. Lewis fan, so forgive the truck driving by in my driveway. They're doing some work across the street. I told them they could use my driveway. I didn't realize they'd be coming out in the middle of the video. Yes, the C.S. Lewis Institute would be the last one, and then I do have to put a nod in here, even though it's not one of my 5 channels. A nod to Mutton Chop Piper, and the reason why I do a nod is because everybody understands, if you've been in a YTPC for any amount of time, Mutton Chop Piper is the guy. He's the guy that everybody should have a subscription to. So, and then my 6 call-outs. So, Scott, 16th Day, calling you out, Bubba. Mythical History, and I'm sorry, I think it's Steve, if I remember right. I was looking for it earlier, and he doesn't always say his name in his videos. So, Mythical History, Smoking Cardboard, of course, Parsimonious Piper, which I can never pronounce that right. Double A Pipe Man, just a kind of relaxed guy, and he puts a video out every now and then, kind of like him. And then Dale Piper. So guys, good luck with those videos, and I'm going to try not to go crazy because the birds won't leave my barn, and I'll do that by relighting my bowl that keeps going out because I talk too much. So guys, I hope you're doing well. I'll have a gall update for you here shortly, but until next time, you take care.